And good Tuesday morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray as we begin a Tuesday. And welcome to the Wild, Wild West. I guess that's the best way to describe the last 24 hours or 48 hours that we've had in our area there of local reports of gunshots here and there. If you've looked anywhere near my page, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And it's been one thing after another. We'll go over a few of them because I don't think I can fit them all in. That's how it's been the last little bit. It's been a lot. We'll go over that, your comments, and what you're thinking. All that's coming up this morning. Also, a special message from Newton County. There's a horrible rumor going around that we need to put a stop to. We'll discuss that. First off, let's talk about the weather quickly before we get into everything that's shaping up today. Currently, 48 in Meridian. Wind chill sitting at 44, so it's a little bit out there. We're only going to get to 56. Not going to be much warmer than it is now. Let's go to radar and show you what we've got shaking this morning. Light showers across Newton and into Lauderdale County and into Jasper County this morning. Nothing heavy, but it is some light showers. Now, this is the type things that will cause a little accident. As I see Chet Parker is up and at 'em this morning, you'll be paying Chet a visit if you're not paying close attention. Your streets get very slick with this light rain. You go to put on the brakes and, well, you lose control. Same as if you're going a little bit faster, a deer or a dog runs out in front of you and you slam on brakes, you can lose control. So be careful, whatever you're doing this morning. This is not pouring down rain. It's just making the road slick, even over to Livingston, Alabama. Demopolis, y'all are getting a little bit. As we'll watch that, there's a pretty good percentage of rain today. We'll talk more about that. Most likely, thunderstorm activity will be in the afternoon hours is what we're expecting there. So most of all, just be careful. That's what we want you to be as you begin your Tuesday. Welcome. Glad to see everybody waking up and getting hard at it today. Let's see. Don't forget, we'll be kicking into the morning show at 8 a.m. live on television, also here with all the news and things that are going on in our area. We can't thank y'all enough for everything you do. One of the last things that happened last night, right before I went to bed, was I got a note that there had been an accident at the exit 154, and you're sitting there, okay, 154, what are you talking about? This would be the Sam's exit or the Crossroads, or I think on the sign it actually says the DeKalb exit in Meridian. If you're coming from Alabama, it's the very first exit with the food. If you're leaving Meridian going toward Alabama, last exit. Kind of easy to explain. Here's the scene, what went on last night. There's no other way to word this other than he just plumb missed the exit. The exit, if you'll look in this picture, is up here. He made an immediate turn after the bridge straight down. Yeah, I think he's okay, but you don't see that every day, do you? Just totally drove down the embankment. So I would say, well, never mind. But he had an accident last night. We'll leave that at be. But no one was hurt, but a scary situation there. Someone just driving off the edge of the bridge. Could have been tired, we don't know. But that did happen last night. As you begin this day, again, I say welcome to everyone. Denise Burnside, how are you? Brian Guess, Mandy, Rhonda, how are you doing? Miss Rhonda Creel is up today. Terry Carter, Lee Bovington, hadn't talked to you in a while there, Lee. Glad to see you there. Melina Dotson, also Angela Dunnigan is up. Robin Sullivan, Peggy Barnacastle, glad to see y'all. And again, if you notice, I am seriously going to get my eye surgery before long where I can see better. I think I misspelled report this morning and thought I had an R on it. It sure looked like it from where I was sitting. I'm going to get that fixed. Let's go to a little bit bigger news. This is all over social media, and we need to put a stop to it if at all possible. I got messaged probably 50, 60 times. If I got a message yesterday, the Newton County Sheriff's Department got quadruple that, 50 times that. There is an email that is floating around or a social media post that there have been numerous bodies found in Newton County as we pull this up, and that is just not the case. All over social media, I have seen this to where, I didn't hit that right. There we go. That numerous 2 and 3 bodies have been found with no legs. That is absolutely not true. I spoke with Jody 2 to 3 times yesterday about this. And let me just read what I've got posted here. It says, I spoke with the sheriff of Newton County, Jody Pennington, a little less than an hour ago. It was around 6:30 p.m. last night. He wanted me to stress that there has been no other murders in or around Newton County reported since the original report of the murder case of last Friday, which was March the 4th. The Sheriff's Department has been bombarded with calls wanting to know if these rumors of additional murders are true that have been posted on social media. Again, they are false. There has been no other murders around Newton County reported since the original murder case back on March the 4th. Please keep in mind the amount of calls that the Sheriff's Office ties up the phone lines. The Newton County Sheriff's Department is dedicated to keeping the citizens of Newton County safe and wants you to know that they're there to help you in any type situation. So this is... after this was posted, there was another website, Muddy something, that kept pushing this last night. I emailed them with a link to this, and hopefully they'll take down what they've got, where they were repeating the rumor. WLBT, I think, out of North Mississippi, went to the Conahatta area. Again, there is zero being released on this because the FBI is in charge of the case. Is why you're not hearing a lot. It is not the Newton County Sheriff's Department. The bodies, as we all know by now, were placed on tribal lands. This puts the FBI in charge of the case. They are 100% in charge with Choctaw Tribal Police. We'll watch this case. Should there be able to release more information, they will pass that along. I know someone posted last night, well, why isn't the Newton County Sheriff's Department releasing information? Why don't we know? They cannot. They're not in charge of it. They don't have the information. The FBI is on lead of this. Should this be turned back over to the Newton County Sheriff's Department, they will be all over this. And they want you to know that they're there. They're there to protect the citizens of Newton County. This is a very sad situation. There's a little known about this because of the FBI. We do know that there are 2 people involved that have lost their lives that were found in Newton County, and that's pretty much what we know at this point. There is tons of other rumors, but there have been no other murders. Write that down. Even the Scott County Sheriff's Department has been bombarded with this also. They also are saying it is not true. So if you can, I've got this on my page. I'm going to reshare this here in a little while. And if you'll share this throughout the area, maybe we'll get it across. We don't want anybody panicking is the main thing, that there are serial killers floating and more. That's not the case. Again, I'll reshare that, but it's 5 or 10 items down on my page from last night. If you'll grab that and share that, and I'll repost it back up to where it's easy to find this morning. Muddy, Mississippi is the page that Bree Packer mentioned there. That's where it was last night. I emailed them and asked them and told them it was not true. They were pushing that hard, and it was being shared some kind of a way, but not true at all. Now, also last night, the Meridian Police Department had somebody that was speeding. They turned on the blue lights, and they didn't stop. This would start over near Highway 19. Back over in that area, you know where Mosby Road is. It would wind through all the back roads and eventually make its way to North Hill Street. The bad part is where Firestone sits, where it right there at that red light is, they ran that red light. A young mother and a child happened to be coming along there, and the suspects ran the red light, and it would be an accident. And here we go, and let's take a look at this. And, you know, it turns out, let's show this video of what went on last night. This is the scene of just how horrific it was. I don't know if you can see this or not as well. You can see it on the webpage a little bit better. These trees right here are just bent to the ground where the cars flipped. Now, I also have pictures of this as well on the website that you can take a look at of what went on. And I'm going to go back and grab that while we're sitting here talking, because I want you to see how running from the law is not a good idea of what went on last night. Horrible. I know that the last time I spoke to the grandparents, they were at the hospital with the child there. And I think they're going to be okay. That was the last I'd gotten on that. And I am doing my best to find, I think, yeah, this is going to be the other pictures of the wreck. Let me pull this up. I meant to have this this morning, and for whatever reason, it is not there. So we'll move on. But I had more pictures of that. I'll get those back up here in a little while. But a bad case of that. It was a horrible wreck as they ran out in front of oncoming traffic. That's what went on last night, if you're wondering what was happening in the area of North Hill Street. That did go down. As we look to other things that are happening today, last night, it was reported, how would you like to have your car stolen? No one would you? But it's been missing, and then you go to the store and you go, wait a minute, that's my car. Meridian Police Department responded, and we happen to have someone nearby as we take a look at this. This is the car. Again, this is possible. We cannot prove without a shadow of a doubt. But the Meridian Police Department was all over this as we look at what went on last night there. But the car was recovered. We'll have more details on that coming up today. The Meridian Police Department, again, was busy last night. They worked hard for the money, as that old song used to say there. But a great job by them in recovering someone's car that was taken from them. It's just a shame that something like that can happen to hardworking people. And it does every day. And I eyeball this. Now, we're going to get further into this at 8 o'clock, and I hope you'll come back and join us for all that we've got to do this morning, beginning at 8. Hang close. We've got more information on the way as we'll share some areas that had gunshots and get into the weather forecast here in just a moment, coming up here at Scotty Ray's Report.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install, or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
Since 1985, Miss Rodney's Muffler Shop has been taking care of you. As a matter of fact, they're ranked as the #1 muffler dealer in the South Central Mississippi area. Still located on 8th Street, where you can conveniently drop in. Well, they offer you all the Flowmaster and dual pipes that you'll need, any custom bending for your vehicle. They offer mufflers, muffler deletes, and even factory stock mufflers. They can even install a converter for you. 482-8211. 8 to 5 Monday through Friday, and they're open until noon on Saturday.
And another thing, I certainly appreciate all the notes, messages that are inboxed to me. I appreciate it. Without your help, WLBT out of Jackson, you're right, LaWanda. I just saw your note on that. I made a mistake. I said North Mississippi a while ago. But I appreciate all the inboxes that we get in messages. Without those notes, we can't find out what's going on in the area. No matter if you live in the city limits of Meridian, you live in Newton County, you live in Kemper, wherever the area is, without those leads, we can't get started to find out what's going on in our community, and I appreciate it. I got several messages throughout yesterday of, hey, I'm in my office. The first time I heard this, I didn't think it was gunshots. Now I do know what it is. My ears have gotten accustomed to it. And that was somebody that worked near the College Park area. Their wall of their office was up against it, and they asked me not to tell who they were, and I won't. But it was frequent gunfire in that area yesterday. I got another note. Let me just read this. This is just as we talk about taking back our city and things, but I had a person send me this note. I just heard 19 gunshots 15 minutes ago. It sounded like it was in the area of Meridian High School. I called dispatch. They admitted that they were receiving multiple calls tonight reporting the same thing. Shortly thereafter, I heard more gunshots. Very loud car around the tennis courts around Ross Collins on 24th Avenue. The car is still riding around the area. This is a regular thing these days. Thank you for keeping us informed on the news and weather, and I certainly enjoy your show. That's one of many things that are sent to me, and then I'm able to call police and find out more about what's going on. If you snap a picture, it helps. And I can't thank y'all enough. But it is really at a point that I have never, in all of the times that I've been covering the news and weather and the going-ons in Meridian, as to how bad it was. I have a note here in front of me, and this is just, my pen almost run out. Shots fired, 4600 block, Royal Road, at 12:45 yesterday afternoon, 12th Street, 48th Avenue, and also 1100 block, 64th Court, shots. 4 p.m., 41st Avenue, 20th Street, shots fired. 4 p.m., 43rd Avenue near Highland Park. At 5 p.m., 300 block of 4th Street reporting of shots fired. 41st Street, 20th Avenue. 1700 block of 45th Avenue. The 2700 block of 45th Street. 26th Street, Poplar Springs Drive, around 8:30 last night. The 1800 block of 34th Avenue. Now, let me be clear about all of this. Does every one of these have shell casings found on every one of these? No. Are every home where shots fired damaged? No. But people still hear this. So it doesn't matter whether the house was shot up or a car got a bullet. It was still somebody in that area doing something that they shouldn't. And by all means, we want our city safe. And the only way to do this is report it as much as you can so the police can respond and put an end to all of this. That's what we want to happen. It's a situation that is just out of control and spiraling. I think most people would agree at this point. It's a shame that it could even be happening, number one, but it is. As we've had, if I am not mistaken, we're at one murder for the year now. I'll have to go back and check my notes, but I think it is one. If I'm wrong, somebody correct me. It seems like we've had a lot of gunshot activity in between January and now, but this weekend marked the first. I think all the others were before December. And I'll double check myself to make sure, but that's where I'm at on reporting all of this is what I'm thinking. It has been quite an afternoon and situation with this. And again, we'll have more on this coming up at 8 o'clock, so don't rush off on that. As we look at some things that are happening around the state, we go to Gulfport, Biloxi Sunday night. I don't know if anybody's aware of this. A plane came in, the landing gear would not come down, and an emergency landing had to happen there in Biloxi. Fortunately, all were safe. And it slid to an ending that would have to be, if you've ever been on a private airplane and coming in for a landing, you would know how scary the sound of that is to begin with. But all is okay, thank heavens. As we go around the state, and this is what is bad, after the police do their job, the criminal goes to court, is prosecuted, is sentenced, and then goes to prison. We go to death row in Mississippi. A death row inmate has asked the judge to speed up his trial, his death sentence. He's been sitting in jail since 1997 and still has not met his fate. He has asked that be sped up. He's 46 years old now. Murdered somebody, took their life. He was convicted of capital murder in 1997 in the stabbing death of a 78-year-old lady named Miss Minnie Smith during a burglary of her home in George County, Mississippi. Been sitting in jail since 97. Nothing has happened. Even he is ready to end that. 3 men have been sentenced in accessories after the fact of the murder of a Biloxi police officer, Robert McKeithen. And what happened to him, these people, they gave a change of clothes and a ride to the guy that killed a police officer. They now will face a jury and find out what their fate will be for helping someone. As we look around, this is just gives you shrills all over. A 2-year-old was killed in Jackson. A 2-year-old by a 20-year-old. Jamarcus Kelly has been arrested and charged with the capital murder of a little girl named Melanie. How sad it is. She had blunt force trauma to her head. 2 years old. I think everybody would agree that's beyond bad. Macon, Mississippi. How many folks we got watching this morning from Macon? Now, they've arrested somebody for shooting 2 people in the leg up there. My, oh my, it's everywhere. This isn't just Meridian. It's not just Scott County, Newton County. This is all over the state, things like this. We go to Kosciuszko. Man is arrested after a woman was found stabbed in Kosciuszko. That's the headline out of there this morning. Whew. As we move across, let's see some other things that are happening in the state. A woman is sentenced to 40 years for the shooting death. That happened Thursday, that they sentenced her in Lowndes County. 40 years. She'll serve every day of that. As we look nationwide as to what's going on, I think a lot of people are nervous of what's going on in Ukraine, and rightfully so. Overnight, they do this again. Putin and his army, they attack civilians. More innocent people have lost their lives. And most people are calling this a cowardly act this morning. And I don't think it would, as some sites share the pictures of this, you don't want to see this. It's disturbing is the way to put it, that anybody would unleash this on innocent women and children and the elderly trying to escape a city. It's awful. Now, this is where I mentioned where people are worried about this. Will he strike Poland? Why would he strike Poland? Because that is a supply line from NATO. And that could possibly drag the rest of the world into this conflict. And y'all know where that would lead. We're watching it very closely. He doesn't want these supplies coming in. And if he attacks it, again, that's NATO ground. That would be grounds for everyone else to get involved. Most don't want involved. They don't. We have, the United States have been giving them military aid, but no forces. This would be a game changer. We'll watch that and see what becomes of it over the next few days there. Marco Rubio, and I agree with him as a headline this morning comes out about 9/11. Biden has released the 20th hijacker from a mental health facility free. They've released him back to Saudi Arabia. Let him out. Does anybody remember what happened on 9/11? You know, you almost go back to Darrell Worley. They should show it every day to remind you of what happened to the citizens of the United States. People forget. How could you? How could you? I have not forgotten. And, of course, that's the name of the song. But something to think on. Stay close. We're going to do weather next and let you know exactly what's going to happen today with the weather. We'll do that next here at Scotty Ray's Report.
As the days get warmer, the grass starts growing. Drop in and visit with Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 in Sicalina, where they've got a complete line of the #1 lawnmower in America, Skag. Whether you're a homeowner or a lawn care service, Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower just for you. Plus, they carry X-Mark tractors and any part that you may need for your existing tractor or lawnmower. Drop in and see Cole or Buttermilk today. Freeman Tractor, Highway 494, 601-626-8759. If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike and Jake have years of experience of dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel.
Vicki Wallace made the comment just a moment ago that Satan's hard at work. Jesus needs to fix it. I happen to agree with you on that. Peggy Jordan, how are you? Glad to see you up in Adam this morning. So good to see you. Melanie McQuaig, how are you feeling? Good to see you again. John Mitchell, how are you? Good to see you, my friend. Good fellow there. Dropping to see him in Collinsville there. As we look at the forecast, let's take a look at really what's going to happen. Again, right now, 48, wind chill at 44. Carry an umbrella, however you want to word that. Maybe a bulletproof jacket. I'm joking about that, but carry your jacket there. 56 for a high today. Let's take a look here at what we've got. Record highs and record lows, 1974. Record high of 84 today. Back in 96, we set a record low of 23 degrees. As we come down, this is the forecast that we're looking for today. Meridian will hit 56 as we go through Philadelphia and northward toward Louisville, those areas to Mississippi State, expected to be about 53 degrees there on campus. As we go south to Hattiesburg, warmer, 62. Natchez, believably, 52, lower than Meridian. Vicksburg at the river, we're looking at 51 is what will happen. As we come at Bama State line today, it looks like Tuscaloosa 56. We'll get about 55 degrees for our friends there in Livingston, and all the way down to Demopolis, 57 today. As we look at this, what's going to happen with the weather over the next 6 to 10 days? A little bit cooler here for us, but out to our west there, that's eventually going to make its way back into the forecast. There you go. Now, this is our 7-day forecast of what we've got lined out for today. And let's take a look at what's coming up. Today, 56 for the high, but we do have a 90% chance of showers. Now, it's going to be hit-and-miss showers throughout most of the day, but the thunderstorm possibility will be in the afternoon. We'll be here should anything turn bad and a thunderstorm warning break out. We'll be here to walk you through it street by street. High 56. Continued rain into tonight. low around 44. By tomorrow, rain chances dip to a 20% chance, high of 60, a little warmer, 43 for the low tomorrow night. As we go toward the weekend, look at the drastic change that is coming. Thursday, 71. Friday, we'll get a high of 73, low that night of 30 with rain showers, and then 46 for a high on Saturday. So it's going to be chilly Saturday. Mark your calendars on that. Sunday, we'll get 59, and then start seeing a warming trend again on Monday. Now, let's go ahead and look into another week. Well, we're back into the 70s and 80s on the 18th, a week from next Friday. Hard to believe how this up and down seesaws, but this is what is back over in Texas and making its way towards us. We'll see a warming trend happen there. Now, let's check your fishing forecast. What's going on today? Best times to fish today. Looks like this afternoon, about 5:57, right at dark would be the perfect time. Or you could hit that first major time right at daylight till about 7:30. Brought you, of course, by our friends at Chet's Paint and Body. Visit them today. But fishing, good early this morning and maybe late in the afternoon. Well, that's a quick look at what we've got with the forecast and going-ons in Meridian and the surrounding communities. Again, no matter where you live, we appreciate all the notes that you give us. Again, we can't make it without y'all. Y'all absolutely make this show happen. It's grown and grown as we celebrated our second year this month. Well, it was actually February. I forgot we moved into a new month. Again, with all due, I say thank you. Couldn't do it without God's hand either. He's been a great inspiration in my life that has helped me. We'll be back in just tad over an hour. It's 6:57 at the top of the hour. We'll be here at 8 a.m. going live. Our special guest will be Odie Barrett. He'll join us this morning to talk about everything that the Lauderdale County Emergency Management Program is out doing. We've had a bunch of wildfires, and they'll be in. Maybe Greg will join him. We'll see all of that. That's our special guest this morning, and we'll go over all that is happening in our area. Thank y'all so much. I'll see you back here in just a little bit. Share, tell a friend about what we do as this gets bigger and bigger. Thanks to you. I'll see you soon. Thanks from Scotty Ray's Weather.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by our following partners: